In this video, let's take a look at using the Datastore and moving a file from Squirrel, our NAS, and getting an ISO file moved over so that we can use it locally on our host server. The Datastore is located inside your Summary tab on your vSphere client graphical interface. So here's the Datastore. I've got it highlighted. If you click it and right click on it, you can browse the Datastore and then go into it and look at it through a window, and you can see here that I have a number of folders and so on that I've got set up already. On your machines, you're going to need to create some new folders here, so there's a little icon for that. So when you're ready and you've got your server all ready to go, your host server that is, create some folders under here just like you did in Hyper-V. So in this case, I'm going to make two folders. I'm going to call it ISO2 and VM2. Right, so just to let you see that real quickly, so create a new folder, right, click on that, ISO2, hit the enter button, and it will appear down toward the bottom, right. It will eventually organize itself, but while we're here, let's make sure we're at the root directory again, hit the button for create a new folder, and we'll call this VMS2, right, so there's our folders, and down here at the bottom, and there they are. Okay, so that completes that little piece of the exercise. So again, I'm back on Datastore here. I'm going to right click, hit browse this time. Now I want to take a look at uploading a file or a folder with files, right? So this interface is a little bit different than what you're used to. In this case, if you click on this, it brings up a little prompt that says, hey, do you want to upload a file? Or do you want to upload a folder? If you upload a file, it's only one file, and it's one file at a time, and you cannot multiple click from within a folder on another drive on another device anywhere. If you upload a folder, it uploads the folder and all the files in the folder, which is a little bit different convention than what you're used to on Windows. In this case, I'm going to change my directory. I'm going to change the folder location on my local drive here on my Datastore for my host, and I'm going to upload a single file, which is going to be an ISO file. Right? So I'm going to scroll down here to my ISO2 file, or folder I mean. I'm going to open that up so it's here. I'm going to hit upload a file, and because I'm basically running this through my client here on my workstation, I'm going to browse out to my network just like I could if it was on a local machine. I go to the public here, and you've seen this before, so I'm now on Squirrel now, and there's the operating systems. In this case we want the Windows ISO. Whoops, wrong one. So Windows Server, and there's our R2 ISO. So if I double click in here and I get in here, and there's a copy already there if I want it, but I'm going to go ahead and choose this one as the original and click open. It says, hey, do you really want to do that? And the answer is yes, I do. And so this will now begin its upload process. That basically is all it takes to move a file. It doesn't take that long, especially when there's no one on the network. So as you're seeing here, my time is, it's pretty steady, around 5 minutes or so. I'm not going to record this that much longer, so I'm going to stop it here shortly, but I just want you to see that. So I'll minimize this while it's uploading. Alright? So while that's working, I'll minimize this too. Let's go back out here and take a look for a second. Under here, for my VM, if I right click under my VM, I can go into settings. And remember, the ISO file needs to be mapped to your CD drive, and that's under here under Datastore. Alright? So eventually, in my case, I would be browsing out to where my file is going to be, and in this case it would be on Datastore 1, and I would go to ISO 2, and there will be my file, and I can simply select it from there. Alright? So that basically means that when I turn on my VM and I tell it to power up at connect time, it's going to go ahead and start its boot process and start the install process. Alright? So that's basically it for that. I'm going to let this thing continue its process of uploading the file. It's still going on here, so it's going to take a while, and I'm not going to continue recording just to capture it. I don't think it's worth waiting for. Alright? When we come back, we'll do another video, and we'll go through the VM creation one more time, and then we're going to look in another video. We'll take a look at creating an internal connector on the VMware host. Alright, see you then.